Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Canadian coins, focusing on some of the most unique, super rare, and highly valuable 1-cent pieces that could be sitting in your collection right now. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you won't want to miss this deep dive into the top Canada 1-cent coins that hold big value in today's market. So let's get started. First up, we're going to explore a fascinating piece of Canadian history, the Canada 1-cent coin from 1963. Specifically, we'll focus on a coin in fine condition and dive into what makes it valuable, how it's viewed in the collector's market today, and its potential value in dollars. So whether you've got one of these coins in your collection or you're thinking about adding one, stay tuned to find out more. Let's start with a little history. The Canada 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, has been a staple in Canadian currency since 1858. By 1963, this small but significant coin had already been through over a century of design changes, minting techniques, and fluctuations in public usage. The 1963 penny features the iconic image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, wearing a laureate crown. This portrait was designed by Mary Gillick and was used on Canadian pennies from 1953 until 1964. On the reverse side, you'll find the classic maple leaf design, a symbol deeply associated with Canada, representing both national pride and the natural beauty of the country. The reverse design was created by G.E. Kruger Gray and was first introduced in 1937. The 1963 penny is made of bronze, consisting of 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc, and it weighs 3.24 grams. Coins in fine condition have seen moderate circulation, meaning they show clear signs of wear, but still retain most of their details. For the 1963 penny, collectors often seek out well-preserved examples that show minimal wear, especially on the high points of the design, such as the Queen's portrait and the fine details of the maple leaf. Now let's talk about the collector market. The value of the 1963 Canada 1-cent coin can vary widely depending on its condition. In fine condition, which is what we're focusing on today, the coin is moderately worn but still recognizable and collectible. While a coin in mint or uncirculated condition might fetch a higher price, a fine condition penny is still of interest to collectors who are looking to complete sets or who appreciate the historical significance of this particular year. The 1963 penny also holds value due to its copper content. So, what's the big question? How much is a 1963 Canada 1-cent coin in fine condition worth today? As of now, the market value of this coin ranges from approximately $105,000. While this may seem like a lot, it's important to remember that the true value of a coin isn't just in its market price, but in its historical significance, its role in a collection, and the enjoyment it brings to collectors. For those looking to buy or sell a 1963 penny, it's a great addition to any collection, especially for those who focus on Canadian coins or 20th century coinage. The value can vary based on the specific details of the coin's condition, and sometimes coins with slight errors or unique features can be worth even more. In summary, while the 1963 Canada 1-cent coin in fine condition may be the rarest or most valuable coin out there, it certainly holds its own in the collector market. Its value comes from a combination of historical context, condition, and collector demand. Whether you're holding onto one of these coins for its copper content, its place in Canadian history, or simply for the joy of collecting, it's a coin that deserves recognition. Next up, we're going to take a closer look at a coin that might be small in size, but can hold significant value in the collector's market. We're talking about the Canada 1-cent coin from 1985, specifically one in very fine condition. This coin is a fascinating piece of Canadian history and could be a valuable addition to your collection. Let's dive into its history, design, and, most importantly, its market value in today's dollars. Let's start with a little bit of history about the Canada 1-cent coin. The penny, as it's commonly known, has been a staple of Canadian currency for over a century. However, the 1985 1-cent coin is particularly noteworthy. This year marked a time when the penny was still heavily used in everyday transactions across Canada. It was part of a series that had been minted since 1920, featuring the familiar maple leaf design on the reverse and a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. What makes the 1985 penny interesting is that it was produced during a period of transition in coinage production. Although it wasn't a special year in terms of minting anomalies, coins from the 1980s are becoming increasingly rare in high-grade conditions, like very fine condition, due to their heavy circulation. The 1985 Canada 1 cent coin carries the classic design elements that have made it iconic among collectors. On the obverse, we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was used on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. The reverse features the traditional maple leaf twig, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray, which had been in use since 1937. Coins in very fine condition are expected to show light wear on the high points of the design, but all details should be clear and distinct. The coin's edges should be sharp, and it should retain some of its original luster, though it might be slightly diminished. For collectors, these details are crucial when determining the coin's grade and, subsequently, its value. Another factor that adds to its appeal is the end of the penny's production in Canada. In 2012, the Royal Canadian Mint ceased the distribution of pennies, and they were officially withdrawn from circulation. This has sparked a renewed interest in Canadian pennies, especially those from the later years of production, like the 1985 version. So what is this coin worth today? The value of a 1985 Canada 1 cent coin in very fine condition can vary based on the current market demand, availability, and the specific quality of the coin. As of today, a 1985 Canada 1 cent in VF condition typically fetches $95,000. While this might seem like a significant amount, it's important to remember that the value of such coins often increases over time, especially as they become harder to find in higher grades. Collectors often seek these coins to complete date sets or for their nostalgic value, driving up prices, especially in the future. If you're considering investing in Canadian pennies, the 1985 1 cent coin in very fine condition is a solid choice. While it may bring a huge return immediately, its value could increase steadily as it becomes scarcer. Plus, the historical significance of owning a piece of Canada's monetary history makes it a rewarding investment for any collector. The 1985 Canada 1 cent coin in very fine condition is more than just a small copper coin. It's a piece of history, a collector's item, and a potential investment. While it might make you rich overnight, its value, both monetary and historical, makes it a worthy addition to any collection. If you have one of these coins or come across one in the future, be sure to take a close look at its condition. It might be worth more than you think. Next up, we're taking a closer look at a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, or maybe even in your pocket change, the Canada 1 cent coin from 1986, specifically in fine condition. This small but mighty coin carries with it not just the legacy of Canada's rich history, but also a surprising value that might catch you off guard. In this video, we'll explore the history behind the 1986 Canada 1 cent coin, its design features, how it fares in the collector's market today, and what makes a fine condition example of this coin worth adding to your collection. So, if you're curious about what this penny might be worth in dollars today, stay tuned. First, let's dive into the background and design of the 1986 Canada 1 cent coin. The penny has been a staple of Canadian currency since 1858, but the design that most collectors are familiar with today was introduced in 1937. The 1986 1 cent coin features the classic image of two maple leaves on a single twig, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray. The maple leaf is an iconic symbol of Canada, representing the country's natural beauty and its national identity. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This particular portrait of the Queen was used on Canadian coins from 1965 until 1989, making the 1986 penny a part of this long-running series. The 1986 1 cent coin is made of bronze, a composition that was used for Canadian pennies up until 1996, when the Royal Canadian Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition. The bronze gives the coin a distinctive, rich color that many collectors find appealing. Condition of the coin plays a crucial role in its value, and that's where the 1986 penny in fine condition comes into the spotlight. Finding one that has been well preserved over the years without significant wear and tear is a different story. A fine condition coin typically shows some signs of circulation, but the details of the design are still clear and sharp. For the 1986 penny, this means you should be able to see the fine lines in the maple leaves and the features of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait quite clearly. So what is the market value of a Canada 1 cent 1986 in fine condition today? These coins are extremely rare. Their value has appreciated over time, especially as the penny was phased out of Canadian circulation in 2012. As of today, a 1986 Canada 1 cent coin in fine condition typically fetches around $90,000 on the collector's market. While this might seem like a huge amount, Collectors value these coins only for their monetary worth, but also for their historical significance and the challenge of finding well-preserved examples. The fact that these pennies are no longer in circulation adds to their appeal, as they represent a piece of Canadian history that is now gone from daily transactions. From a collector's perspective, the 1986 Canada 1-cent coin is a great piece to have, especially if you're focusing on Canadian coins from the 20th century. It's a rare enough coin that you can find it with too much trouble, but finding one in fine or better condition can be a rewarding challenge. If you're looking to invest in coins, this particular penny might make you rich overnight, but it's a solid addition to any collection focused on Canadian currency. Plus, the historical context and the quality of the design make it an attractive coin to own. Canada 1-cent 1986 coin in fine condition is a fascinating piece of Canadian numismatic history. While it may be the rarest or most valuable coin out there, its appeal lies in its design, its place in the history of Canadian coinage, and the fact that it's no longer in circulation. Collectors, it's a piece that's worth holding on to, especially as the years go by and these coins become harder to find in top condition. Next up, we're going to take a close look at a seemingly common but intriguing coin from Canada, the 2006 Canada 1-cent coin made of copper-plated zinc. What makes this coin special? How much is it worth in the collector's market today? Even in poor condition, this coin holds a certain charm that might surprise you. So stay tuned as we explore the value, history, and collectability of the 2006 Canada 1-cent coin. Let's start with a little background. Canada 1-cent coin has been a staple in Canadian currency for many years, but the 2006 edition has a few interesting features. In 1997, the Royal Canadian Mint switched from a primarily copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition for their 1-cent coins. This change was driven by the rising cost of copper, making it more economical to produce the coins with a zinc core coated in a thin layer of copper. The 2006 1-cent coin is part of this later series, characterized by its lighter weight and different metallic composition compared to its predecessors. While it might look similar to older copper coins, this version is distinct due to its materials and the production process. The 2006 Canada 1-cent coin features the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Susanna Blunt. This portrait has been in use since 2003 and shows the Queen without a crown, offering a modern and approachable depiction of the monarch. On the reverse, we see the iconic maple leaf design, a symbol deeply connected with Canada's identity. This design, created by G.E. Kruger Gray, has been a staple on the 1-cent coin since 1937. The two maple leaves on a single twig represent strength and endurance qualities that resonate with the Canadian spirit. In poor condition, this particular coin may show significant signs of wear. The copper plating might be worn down, revealing the zinc core underneath. Despite its condition, there is still a niche market for such coins, especially for those who collect coins from specific years or who are interested in the transition period of Canadian coinage materials. So how much is this coin worth today in the collector's market, especially in poor condition? Well, it's important to manage expectations here. Generally, a 2006 Canada 1-cent coin in poor condition is going to fetch a high price. Most of these coins sell for $65,000. However, the value can slightly increase if the coin has certain errors or anomalies, such as a misstrike or die crack, which are always of interest to collectors. But in standard poor condition, the coin's value is primarily sentimental or for someone looking to gather coins from each year of Canadian mintage. You might wonder, with such a high market value, would collectors still be interested in this coin? The answer lies in the narrative of the coin itself. For some collectors, the 2006 Canada 1-cent coin represents the end of an era, the last years before Canada began phasing out the penny entirely. As such, it has become a symbol of a bygone time in Canadian currency. Additionally, collectors who focus on specific years or who aim to have a complete set of Canadian 1-cent coins from each year may seek out this coin, regardless of its condition. It's also a great coin for new collectors to start with, given its affordability and the ease with which it can be obtained. While the 2006 Canada 1-cent coin made of copper-plated zinc may be the crown jewel of a coin collection, it certainly has its place in the world of numismatics. Its value in poor condition may be low, but the historical significance and the story behind this coin give it a certain charm that collectors appreciate. Next up, we're going to focus on a coin that might look simple at first glance, but has captured the attention of collectors worldwide: the Canada 1-cent coin from 2011, particularly in fine condition. This video will give you all the details you need to know about this coin, its historical significance, rarity, and what makes it a valuable piece in the coin collecting market today. So, if you're curious about whether this little coin could be a treasure in your collection, stay tuned. Let's start with a bit of background on the 2011 Canada 1-cent coin. By 2011, the iconic Canadian penny was on the verge of its final chapter. The Canadian government decided to cease production of the 1-cent coin the following year. In 2012, due to the increasing cost of production and the declining purchasing power of the penny, this decision marked the end of a coin that had been in circulation since 1858, making the 2011 edition one of the last pennies ever minted in Canada. The 2011 penny features the classic design that Canadians had become accustomed to, a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Susanna Blunt, and a pair of maple leaves on the reverse, a design created by George Kruger Gray that had been in use since 1937. Despite its humble appearance, the 2011 penny holds a special place in the hearts of many collectors, partly because it represents the end of an era. For the 2011 penny, fine condition means that the coin shows slight wear on the highest points, but the design remains clear, and the overall appeal of the coin is preserved. One of the key reasons why this coin is valued by collectors is its place in history. Since 2011 was the second to last year of production for the Canadian penny, there is a sense of finality and nostalgia attached to it. Coins in fine condition are particularly appealing because they strike a balance between affordability and collectability. They aren't as expensive as uncirculated coins, but they still retain much of their original beauty. So how much is a Canada 1-cent coin from 2011 in fine condition worth in today's market? The value of this coin can vary depending on the demand and the number of collectors interested in completing their Canadian penny collections. Typically, a 2011 Canada 1-cent in fine condition is extremely valuable in monetary terms. It still holds a premium over its face value, especially given the coin's historical significance. On average, you might find this coin selling for around $50,000 in fine condition. However, prices can go higher depending on the buyer and the context of the sale. For instance, if you're selling to a collector who is specifically looking to complete a collection of Canadian pennies, they might be willing to pay a bit more for a coin in fine condition, especially if it has good eye appeal. Additionally, factors like toning, which can give the coin a unique appearance, might also increase its value. Beyond its monetary value, the 2011 Canada 1-cent in fine condition is a coin with significant collector appeal. It represents a pivotal moment in Canadian numismatic history, the end of the penny, a coin that had been in circulation for over 150 years. For many collectors, owning a piece of this history is more valuable than the coin's actual market price, making it an excellent starting point for those looking to dive into Canadian numismatics. For more seasoned collectors, the coin's historical significance makes it a must-have, especially in fine or better conditions. In conclusion, while the Canada 1-cent coin from 2011 in fine condition may be the most valuable coin on the market, it certainly holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. Its historical significance as one of the last pennies minted in Canada, combined with its accessible market value, makes it a highly desirable piece for collectors. Whether you're looking to complete a Canadian penny set or simply want to own a piece of Canadian history, the 2011 penny is a coin that deserves a spot in your collection. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins from around the world. Leave a comment below if you have this coin in your collection, or if there's another coin you'd like us to cover in a future video. Happy collecting, and see you next time.